This week in the Fancy Stitch Combo series, I'm going to show you how to work an easy cable rib. And when I say easy, I mean it because this stitch gives you the look of a twisted cable stitch without a cable needle. There's a couple little extra things you do to get that look, but I would still say it's easier than handling 3 different needles in your hand to get that twisted look. It also is a rib stitch, so it's really stretchy. So you can take this stitch and use it where you might otherwise just use a plain 2x2 rib, or 2x1 rib. You could actually make it work too. But I've seen this used on the cuffs of sleeves or the bottoms of sweaters, or you could even make an entire hat out of this. And I'll give you instructions for working this in the video description below and also on my website. And I'll give you instructions for both working a flat piece and working something in the round if you want to use this in a hat or a sleeve cuff or sock cuff or whatever. But let's go ahead and take a look at the stitch. Here it is. You can't really tell that it's a rib stitch until you look at the back. And it's obviously a rib stitch, just a plain rib stitch from the back. But from the front, it really looks like just a regular cable stitch, but with the twists. No cable needle necessary. And this is a bulky wool yarn, kind of has some fuzz to it, and I use size 10.5 needles for it. And I'll show you just how much stretch we have here. Lots of stretch. Totally make a hat out of this. Here it is out of this pink yarn, and this is a much smoother yarn, less fuzz to it, so the cable twists really stand out, show up better. And there it is in the back of the work. It's very pretty on both sides. And again, stretch like crazy. And these pieces are both blocked, but these little sample pieces were flat before I blocked them. This isn't going to curl. Okay, let's take a look at how to work this. Okay, the first row is a wrong side row, and we're going to start with knit 2, and then we're going to continue a repeat of purl 2, knit 2 all the way across. So the wrong side rows are really just knit 2, purl 2, rib. So I knit 2, and to work the purl 2, I pull the yarn forward between the 2 needles and purl 2 stitches. And then when I go back to knitting 2, I pull the yarn back between the 2 needles to knit 2. And that's something you always want to do, not just for this pattern. Forward, purl 2, back, knit 2. Forward to purl 2. Most of this pattern is just knit 2, purl 2, rib. It's just in row 2 that it's really the action row. So that was row 1, and we're ready to get started on row 2, which is what I call the action row. I'm going to pull out some more yarn to get ready for this. Okay, so row 2, we're going to start with purling 2, and this is where the twist comes in, right here. This is a pretty unique combination of stitches. You want to knit 2 together. This is a normal knit stitch. Knitting 2 together, you go through both of them. Knit 2 together, but don't take that finished stitch off the left needle. Let me show you that again. You pull that through, but you leave the old stitch on the left needle. Then you're going to do something, this is the weird part. You see these are the knit 2 together stitches. You want to knit into this first stitch again. So put your needle into that first stitch again, wrap it and pull it through, and then you can pull the whole mess off the needle. Okay, then we're going to go back to purling 2. Yarn back, because we're going to work this thing again. Knit 2 together, wrap it and pull it through both stitches, leaving them on the left needle. Then you might need to separate them a bit with your thumb so you can see that first stitch again, which you're going to knit into again. And then you can pull it all off the left needle. Yarn forward to purl 2. Yarn back to do the fancy knit 2 together stitch. Knit 2 together, Separate those stitches and knit into that first stitch again. Yarn forward to purl the last 2 stitches. Did I say this is a multiple of 4 stitches plus 2? It is. It's all in the instructions. So that was the action row, row 2. Row 3 and row 4 are once again just knit 2, purl 2, rib. So you definitely want to use a row counter to keep track of what row you're on so that your twists all end up being even and evenly placed, I guess you'd want to say. And that's it, the easy cable rib.